Wake up, wake up, wake up. I am your host, Chantel, better known as Miss Recycle, and you are officially on the Wake Up and Smell the Coffee show, y'all. Infinity News, Infinity TV. Let's get it. Today, we're going to be going through what a chantry is, okay? I want you guys to pay close attention. This is from Fandom. White Wolf Wiki, all right? I've been sharing a lot of this lately because it's very informative, okay? Even though this is like information that comes from gaming, right? I keep telling you that they put our information in animation, right? So that's cartoons, video games, things like that. Like, I'm pretty sure when y'all listen to, say, like Black Ops or something like that, the introduction, when it first comes on, these things tell you a story. It's a storyline to these things, okay? So I found one called Chantry. And it was very interesting to me because, baby, I would have never known what a quote-unquote chantry was until I came across this website. So I need you guys to pay attention. Listen.
MTAs. Published by White Wolf Wiki, Fandom. A chantry is a gathering point for collaborating sorcerers, often at the site of a node or an area that provides some degree of shelter and security. Overview.
Listen.
While a chantry may conceivably be a cave, part of a forest, or some other natural location, they are typically buildings that were specifically designed as haven for magic users or have since been dedicated to that purpose. Chantries are often heavily protected by means both mundane and magical, and entrance may only be granted to members of a particular magical society. Thus, wars between rival groups of sorcerers often involve seeking out and attempting to destroy such locations, while others seek to infiltrate a chantry in order to seize any magical lore and artifacts that may be within. Chantries made by the technocracy are known as constructs. The term was carried with the Tremere when they fell to vampirism, so their communal havens are also referred to as chantries, although they are rarely situated over a node.
Listen.
Structure. Most chantries are founded by a single cabal. This cabal can be of a single paradigm or mixed. This founders usually have the first say in establishing guidelines and laws within the chantry. Most chantries have 2 to 10 cabals active within their walls.
Listen.
The larger the chantry becomes, the more nodes and quintessence supplies are needed to sustain it.
Pay attention.
The most powerful chantries have an umbral reflection, sometimes in a specialized horizon realm. The greatest of these exist primary in the spiritual worlds, with several physical locations on Earth that allow entry. Most of these were cut off from the physical world after the Avatar Storm.
Avatar Storms.
Life cycle.
Listen.
Since the Mythic Age, the vitality and productivity of chantries is classified in a seasonal system. Spring, the chantry has just been founded. They are weak and vulnerable, but also full of vigor. Summer, the chantry is in its prime, its members strong and confident as they carve out their place in the magical community.
Summer.
Autumn, the chantry's power gives way to complacency and security. Focus is on status and relations to other chantries.
Autumn.
Winter, the chantry has fallen into decadence, its original members either dead or having abandoned their project.
Winter.
Organization. Chantries are governed by 4 modes of rulership. Democracy, the simplest and yet most difficult. Democratic chantries usually give each member of the chantry a vote for political decisions. Some decided to grant this vote only to ranking personnel. Triumvirate. 3 mages come together to rule the chantry, often with an advisory council.
Triumvirate.
Council of Deacons. A council of representatives meets in a council. Sometimes, these deacons are the leaders of all cabals within the chantry. At other times, they are the most powerful mages in it.
The deacons.
Pedagogical rule. A single mage rules supreme over all others. The ways in which leadership can change vary. Some can be voted out of office by all chantry members, while others have to be defeated in a magical duel.
Listen.
Despite most traditions having their own terms for the offices, the Council of 9 uses a standardized form. The founder of a chantry is often referred to as the deacon. Most chantries will have a counselor, who works for the psychological stableness of its members and keeps them out of quiet.
The founder.
A priest who oversees rituals and offers spiritual guidance, and a librarian, who tends to the chantry's corpus of magical knowledge. Tutors are responsible for teaching students, also called fellows. Justices and exactors enforce the chantry's laws, while sentinels defend the chantry from external threats.
Listen.
Heralds act as the voice of the chantry to other chantries, allowing for communication. Members of the chantry that are not part of one of the cabals are referred to as journeymen. Go-betweens of the chantry in the mortal world are called merits. Tradition chantries.
Listen.
Horizon, the stronghold of hope. Dwastep, chantry of Kal Ladin, the lands of thunder and twilight. The celestial temple of the sun, ancestral chantry of the chorus. House of Helikar, Chantry of the Forbidden Lands.
Listen.
Valador, the Pleasure Dome. The Lodge of the Grey Squirrel, Chantry of the Second World of the Dine.
The Pleasure Dome.
The Crystal Palace. Valley Shaller, Chantry of Mew. The Sepulchre, a haunted mansion of the Hollow Ones. The Nightmare Theater. The Flying Dutchman. The Verdicious. Area 38. The Temple of Inner Truth, the Akashic Brotherhood's hidden monastery in Tibet. The Cult of Ecstasy's base chantry in Berkeley, California.
The Cult of
The
Ecstasy.
Sanato's main chantry in Calcutta.
That is a drug.
The Way Down, the Hollow One's Gothic Church nightclub, main chantry in San Francisco.
What church?
The Order of Hermes main chantry in Cordoba, Spain. The Sons of Ether's main chantry of New Science in Paris. Arx Caragos. Alternate names for a chantry.
Listen.
The terms chantry, node, and cabal all originate from the Order of Hermes. The terms they have coined are now considered standard parlance. Each tradition, however, had its own terminology, although many of these phrases pass away as traditions congregate. Even within each tradition, there are often 3 or 4 words to describe the same thing. Monastery, Torii or pagoda, also Shudayuan, Bada Mandala, Dao Chong, Dojo or Dojang, Akashic Brotherhood.
Listen.
Chapel, covenant or sanctuary, also Aditum, celestial chorus.
Chapel.
Pleasure Dome, Cult of Ecstasy. Lodge, Dream
Pleasure
Seekers.
Dome. That was a club in Niagara Falls.
Euthanatos. Hideout, hole, crash space or haunt, Hollow Ones. Laboratory, Sons of Ether. Coven House, Circle or Great Hall, Verbena. Epicenter, Fortress or Net, Virtual Adepts. References. MTA's The Book of Shadows, The Mage Player's Guide, p. 46, background. MTA's Mage, The Ascension 2nd Edition, p. 8, 19, 25 to 26, 49, 56 to 57, 288 to 289, Technocracy, Collective.
Technocracy. I believe I went through that with you guys. Okay? Listen, okay? The chantry is the church built on top of nodes. You know what a node is, right? Dragon nodes. Okay? Okay? And it is ran by the deacon. The deacon is the founder. Monasteries. Those are churches. Okay? I just wanted y'all to know this information, all right? Because this is very important. Be careful where you worship. Remember, please remember, always remember that church is in your heart. That is the real true temple. All right? Because the Most High never said, build a church. He never said to worship in buildings, brick buildings. Your temple is the body. Build up your temple. That is your body. Okay? But they took what was inner and took it outer. That's why it says, greater is he and she that is in me than he and she that is in the world. And that is the great Holy Mother and Father. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay? Greater is thee that is in me than thee that is in the world. See, in biblical terms, they spoke with thus, thou, thine, right? They didn't speak how we speak nowadays when we're referring to someone or something. All those pronouns and things like that. No, it was thus and thou and thine, right? And thee. So greater is thee that is in thee than thee that is in the world. Remember that, please. Your temple is your body, right? Not this holy place that you go to worship. All right? This is why church is in your heart. But they took the church from the body, the temple, and they put it on the outer so that they can do their magical little tricks. Okay? Having you come and congregate in a building, giving all your energy to them. When you leave church, you're exhausted. I know, I remember I used to go to church. We were exhausted, especially after the choir sung. That was my favorite part. All right? Exhausted when you leave church. because they done stole all of your energy during your worship, fellowshipping. All right? Come on, y'all. I need y'all to pay attention, okay? It's very important. Remember, church is in your heart, and I need you to build up your temple. And 2 or more gathered in thy name is a congregation. So you can have church, quote unquote, what they call church. You can worship at home, all right? Amongst your family. 2 or more gathered in thy name is considered a congregation. So now we know what a chantry is, guys. And I'm telling y'all, baby, it's more to come. Because I'm going to need y'all to wake up, wake up, wake up. I am your host, Chantel, better known as Miss Recycle, and you are officially on the Wake Up and Smell the Coffee show, y'all. Infinity News, Infinity TV. And I'm telling you, if you guys have any storylines that you want me to cover, anything that it is that you feel as though you can't address on your own and you need me to address it for you, please feel free to send me that information, because baby, it's gonna get out one way or another. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time for us to wake up, y'all. Like Spike Lee used to say, it's time to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Remember them bells that they used to ring every 12 o'clock noon? Was it 12 o'clock midnight? We don't hear those bells no more. They used to scare off the demons. Do your research on the bells, and you'll understand why they went to every cathedral, every church, and took those bells down, baby, because those bells are very powerful. So I'm going to need you guys to pay attention, okay? Pay attention. Do your own research. If you don't believe me, Google it. Go to the library. Baby, I guarantee you, you will find out. Much love. Peace.